Hi traders and welcome to the PL Capital Commodity Report. I'm your host Paul. In this video we're going to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, silver, and uranium. So let's start. All right, going to start with the 4-hour chart of natural gas as the futures contract. And my last video I said that I saw this move up from the February low as 5 waves. And I was a little surprised at how deep that the correction went. And when they did hold this purple area that I have, and I thought that maybe this would just be a quick ABC and then they would come back up. Well, obviously that's not what they're doing. This is getting too impulsive. So I still think that this is a 5-wave move up here. I could be wrong, but what it could be is I've been looking for 3 waves down. And I thought this might be the A wave, and it actually might end up being the W wave. So if you don't really care about waves like I do, this instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it could be W, X, Y, X, Z. And all that tells me then is that this move coming down to break the low, it'll break it in 3 waves and not in 5 like I originally thought. So, for me, I'll be curious to watch how this plays out when it breaks the low. Because if it's 3 waves, then that'll confirm that I had this instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's just a WXY. So it'll end up being this was W, this was X, and then they'll come down for the Y wave, and that will be the 3rd wave. And then we'll go back up for 4 and down for 5. So need to still watch and make sure that they break this. And as it stands right now, they made this running flat here. So they held the purple zone, but it was just because they were making a running flat. So I got this as a leading diagonal to here, correction, and now, so it could be that they just come all the way down and break it in 1, 2, 3, in 3 waves. If they stop here though, and give a correction, well, no, that could still be a 3-wave move, because then that will just be like an A, a B, and then I'll come down for a C, and that'll still be a 3-wave move. So yeah, it doesn't matter if they make a correction here or not. It'll still be 3 waves. So that's the only question is, do they just drop it straight through from after that little running flat correction? Or are they going to go back up for a little 3-wave correction up and then one more down? So inventory's coming out tomorrow. Be shocked if it's a bullish number. I'd be really shocked. So I would expect them to sell it off tomorrow, either before or right after that. Actually, I could see them wherever they are. They give a quick spike after the inventory and then a quick reversal if they come and break that low. So if you're not already in, I mean, I'd only be looking for sells. So if they do give a nice 3-wave move, that'd be perfect. That'd be a good entry. I don't know if I'd be, even though I know it's going to come and eventually break this low, I don't know if I'd really want to be selling here, because you don't know how, I mean, they could spike this thing way up, and that's no fun if you're down here and then you're waiting. So I'd only be looking for the sell. It's just a matter of what entry you can get in, but you might have to actually wait if they do just come straight down and break that low. Then you might have to wait. Should be getting a bounce up for the 4 and then down for the 5. So you might have to just wait for that correction up for the 4th wave. All right, so that's what I see on natural gas. It's going to go down. It's just a matter of, is it straight down from where they are right now? Are they going to give a quick correction tomorrow morning and then inventory, they spike it down to finish off the 3rd wave? So, but I do believe that this is all 3rd wave. So all of this is going to be just a 3 wave move for 3, and then we'll be going up for 4. All right, oil. So oil catching a strong bid this week. It's getting ready to say that there was a change in the structure for me when they were sitting, when they had this move coming down to there. It's looking like they're going to break that low, and if they broke that low again, that's 76. What is that? 76, like 70. If they broke that low again, this was going to be invalidating what I think is going on. So I think they're just going to be making a big 3-wave move, and it's like A, B, and now they're going to do an ending diagonal. And we got the 1, and we got the 2. Should be going up for 3. I'd like to see them get into like 82 area, down for 4, and then up for 5. Give a 1, 2, ending diagonal. So still more up. Now, when I look, it looks like this little piece, oops, let me clean this up here. Looks like this little piece down here, they're creating a leading diagonal for the 3rd wave. So I got this as a expanding flat. I think that's 1, and that's 2, and I can't tell yet if the 3rd wave is in. Looks like they might have to go one more wave up for the 3rd wave, but it looks, yeah, 1, 2, yeah, it looks like they might be doing a diagonal. So you might be able to get it cheaper if you're not already in the buy. You know, maybe 79, maybe even a little lower. Because if that's 1 and that's 2, and I think they got to go up one more time to finish the 3rd, but then that 4th wave should be coming like under 79, maybe even like mid 78s. And then they'll go back up, and then all that'll be just the leading diagonal, the 1st wave of the 3rd wave, and then they'll give you a correction and then still more up. So pullbacks definitely need to be bought on oil. Now, if they do, for some reason, come back down and take out 76, 77, then this is not doing what I think they're doing. Actually, if they come and they break that too low. So now if they break 77.38, then this is not going to be a diagonal like I think they are. They still might be going up, but it's some very, I don't know, right now it'd be a very strange looking pattern if they come and break that low. So that low should hold 77.38. So it should just be, like I said, I think they got to go one more up maybe to like 80, finish the 3rd, down for 4, can't break that 77, and then go back up. Now the 5th wave, they might or might not break that 80, 82, but either way, then that'll be 5, and then you get a bigger correction, and then still more up. So I'd only be looking for buy setups on oil. All right, let's move on now to the metals. Start with copper and go out to a 4-hour chart. So finally, copper is breaking out here. It's been really hard to read this pattern, but to me, it's ABC. So I think that's 1. They're going up in a diagonal. ABC, you got 2. And now it looks to me like you got AB, and then the C, if it's not done, it's really close to being done, because I think this is an ending diagonal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I think it's another ABC, and that's the 3rd wave. So if you're not already in, 1, 2, you know, they might be able to push it up a little bit more. The target's actually up here at 410, but you're not, if you're not already in, I wouldn't play for that little bit. So even if they push it up into that 410 range, I wouldn't play for that because you're going to get a three-wave correction down for 4, and it'll be bigger than anything over here. Be pretty big. You should be able to get it at least under 392, I would say. Yeah, it could even get into the low 3/8s, and that'd be 4, and then they're going to go back up for 5. So I'm a buyer of copper, but not where it is right now. I'd wait for a good size pullback and then be buying going up. Gold. All right, so gold has exploded here. And it looks to me like they're making an ending diagonal. So we had this three-wave move, which I think is A, and this three-wave move is B. And now they're doing this diagonal because this was a three-wave move up to here for 1, WXY for 2. And it looks like they actually might go up one. I can't tell if this is like the A, B, and then a huge C, or if this is all like some kind of like a leading diagonal up to here, and that might be it. And then they're going to go back up one more time. So I could see them going up one more time, break that 2195 to finish the third wave, because that's the biggest correction that they had. I think this is more like just all leading diagonal going up. So, I think that's a nice three-wave correction. Perfect. A, B, and then one more up for C. I wouldn't be buying up here. So just like copper, I think they're finishing the third wave. It's either the third wave is in, or I think they got one more up. And then they're going to give you a nice size pullback down for 4. And so I'd be a buyer. So we got to wait and see where that third wave ends. But I would think you're going to be able to get it under 2120 or so, maybe even 2100 or so. We got to wait and see where the third wave is going to end at. But I don't even be buying gold, but there should be a bigger pullback coming back. But you might have to actually wait for them to break the top one more time. So if you're in the buy, you just got to make a decision on if you want to close it at the third wave and then re-enter on the fourth, or you could just hold it and maybe even add when it pulls back for the fourth wave. But yeah, definitely I'm only interested in the buy setups on gold. And silver pretty much the same thing as gold, just exploding here now finally. And we've got a 5-wave move, very impulsive. And just like gold, I don't know that it's totally done. It looks like they got just a little bit more up. So again, same thing with silver, I wouldn't be buying here. You got to wait for a correction because you've got a 5-wave move now. And even if they push it up a little bit more, buying here is just, it's not worth the risk to reward. So you're going to get it might just be a small correction, but it could also be a pretty big correction. You got a 5-wave impulse, but you got to wait for some type of correction to happen, and then let it go back up, because we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we got 1, 2, 3. So I could see them making a big correction here and then really busting out of here and be doing like some really big diagonal here. So like this ABC 1, and then that was 2, and then this will be busting up for 3. So yeah, I'd wait for the correction to happen, and then you can buy, and then you can hold that to go break the top of 2612. All right, uranium. All right, so still just consolidating here. It's doing a whole lot of nothing for the last 2 weeks. And I still think, and looking at this, that this is going to turn out to be a big running flat. So you got this correction, ABC, and then you got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they're just going to give a shallow correction. So once they break that 2684, I think that's just going to be your A, B, C correction, and then one more up. And all in all, this will be A, B. They'll go up for the C wave. This will all be actually correction. Might look funny to some of you. They're correcting upwards. And then they're going to give you that look. And then when they come up here, then they're going to really spike it down. Should be a pretty swift move. C wave. And then back up. So I'd only be a buyer of uranium under 2684 to play for the break up above 3259, and then just a matter of how high do they go after that. But you just got to know that I do think it's just going to be a short-term trade underneath 2684. You could buy it to go break that, and then once you break 3259 at any moment, that C wave could come down and pretty much take out all your profit. But then it will go back. I think this is going to be just a big running flat. So this will be the A wave we've had. They're creating the B. We still got the C wave down, and then marching up higher. All right, so that's what I see on the commodities. Hope it helps. If you got anything out of this, please like the video. Would appreciate that. I will see you guys in the next video. Good luck.